Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Thank you very much for joining me here again. It is the last of the local derbies for the URC. From now on, it's going to be basically the playoffs to determine the top 8 that will be going into the semis and finals for the URC coming. So yeah, I'm basically wishing all the best of luck to any South African teams. And of course, to the overseas teams as well, meaning let the best 8 win. Stormers versus Bulls, starting it off, and it is quite a doozy. And it's a bit, so it's not going to be a very long video today, but yeah, it's a bit to get through. And of course, there will be some honorable mentions to the Six Nations at the end of it. But without any further ado, let's talk rugby. Well, it was one of the most electrifying final derbies that we've had thus far in the season in the URC. North versus South, Bulls versus Stormers are all happening right there on Loftus Versfeld. The stronghold of the Bulls. And wow, what a match. Tough game on both sides. Every single one of them threw everything they had at it. So thoroughly entertaining. It was brutal. It was drama. It was fantastic tactical plays. It was ruthless and very strong forward drives and plays there as well. Bulls being very quick off the starting blocks right at the beginning of the game. But unfortunately, Kurtley Arneson not scoring the try due to a knock-on by Paul de Wet right at the beginning. At the loose scrum, just trying to retrieve the ball and knocking it forward, unfortunately. But the Bulls did very well, dominating extremely early on in the scrums, being very hard to kind of to overpower. They're winning, I think, 3 penalties right at the beginning within the first 7 to 8 minutes of the game, putting the Stormers right on the back foot. Sort of in the same play, you know, because like winning a scrum, Stormers knock forward, winning a scrum again, and Stormers knock forward, right until they driven the Stormers right onto the try line. And that's basically where the Stormers really started fighting back when it actually mattered. Winning a fantastic and desperate turn of a ball right on their own try line there. Just absolute fantastic, you know, nail-biting, edge of the seat stuff. Then, of course, Hudson-Berg not making his try, unfortunately, within the first half, of a fantastic sort of long pass by, I think it was Sasha Feinberg Komazulu, or either him or Damien Willemse. And he just, as he was about to put the ball down, unfortunately, the toe of his boot going into touch very clearly in the TMO replay. So yeah, unfortunately nothing to do there, but a very good attempt at a try there. Stormers doing extremely well, especially within the second half. Yeah, Mgunu you know, doing very well to kind of hold back the tide of the Bulls, sort of trying to manage the pressure quite well. Then, of course, the Stormers only started dominating within the scrums as soon as their version of the bomb squad coming on, swapping out the full front row with Ntongo and JJ Kotsa and then Sazi Sandi coming in. And then only then did they really start dominating those scrums. So very well done on their side. Obviously, discipline on both sides were very erratic. Both teams getting a yellow card against them, although I will not agree with the one against Audrey Smith, getting a late tackle on Andre Pollard as it just sort of a half a second after he kicked the ball. And that's just exactly what I want to talk about, because he was already very much, you know, committed into the tackle. Now, at that point, and especially, you know, in the way he goes in very low, as he's supposed to do, and he catches Andre Pollard kind of between the legs, one leg being up, sort of haven't come down yet from the kick, from the clearance, and Andre Smith kind of catches him just sort of in between the legs there. I suppose could be considered as slightly dangerous, as anything can happen. Twist a knee, twist an ankle in that hit, because he comes in with the speed. But that's just it. He's incapable of stopping himself at that point, because he's going past the point of no return. He's committed into that tackle, and it's literally just kind of a fraction of a second, just too late to catch Hendrik Pollard before he actually kicks the ball. Then getting a yellow card, being sent off for 10 minutes. Now, I don't, that's exactly what I just do not agree with. It was an honest, straightforward, committed into tackle kind of mistake, couldn't stop himself, no malicious intent or foul play intended. So, I don't think quite that I agree with Christopher Allison there that the yellow card was justified. Soon after that, Ben Jason Dixon goes off, getting a penalty try against him for his effort there, due to a cynical collapse of the scrum, or the rolling maul, really, which unfortunately, totally justified. It was within, say, 2 to 3 meters of the try line, and he just committed that. So that's just it. The rules are very clear on that one. Then, of course, talking about the 2 yellow cards on the Bulls side, and there's also one that I don't quite agree with. I do believe that the Cobus Visa yellow card should have been a bit more harsh. He goes into it, he is being tackled as he sort of drives with the ball from a pick and drive. Ben Jason Dixon grabs him, takes him down, and just after the tackle has been completed, Cobus Visa takes him with an open hand, shoves his face, he shoves him in the face, straight down, drives his head into the ground. Now, the ref did kind of call on the TMO to show the slow replay from all kinds of angles, and you can clearly, just to try and check whether it's not actually any more serious than it actually looked. Checking just with the TMO whether it was an open hand or closed fist. Now, closed fist, sure, I would have totally agreed with him. Permanent red card. Let me just be clear, I'm not disagreeing with Christopher Allison's assessment of the entire movement. The fact that it was an open hand, it's still foul play. He shoves him in his face, so the back of the head basically hits the ground, and he does it with force. So, it is a degree of danger, and I do believe it does meet the yellow card threshold. And I do the call for having it reviewed to the bunker. That I agree with, absolutely. Up to that point, agree with everything there. Christopher Allison absolutely making the right call there. Just before, obviously, Cobus Visa's return to the game, the bunker basically comes back, says yellow card will remain a yellow card. Now, that's the part I do not agree with. The deliberateness, the force in which he actually shoves his head down of the foul play, in my view, and of course the degree of danger, because that could cause a concussion on Ben Jason Dixon. It could basically necessitates going for a head injury assessment, and could also cause some whiplash, resulting in Ben Jason Dixon not being able to play for a couple of games. So I would have definitely stuck with the 20-minute red card. Get Cobus Visa off for another 4 games. The guy has to keep his anger in check. There was no need for that. There was absolutely, Ben Jason Dixon did hold on for quite a bit, but they, going into a bit of a, sort of swinging movement as he takes him down onto the ground. And then obviously, now Cobus Visa lands on top of him. And then in one, sort of swift swooping move, he basically shoves his head into the ground as as he gets up, and it's very deliberate. So, I would have said 10-minute red card or 20-minute red card. Get another player on after the 20 minutes. Cobus Visa needs to go to the back, cool off a bit, because that was utterly deliberate, really uncalled for, and he should really keep his anger in check. It's, very kind of no. It's not in the spirit of the game. That's just how I feel. I mean, give me your opinion in the comments field below. Do you agree with me? Don't you agree with me? Do you think I'm being a bit unfair or a bit harsh on him there? But yeah, that's just my view at this point. Having reviewed, the slow motion footage and replay by the TMO. Of course, then we have the second yellow card of the Bulls, kind of, Marco van Staden sharing the sin bin with Kobus Wiese there, as Eskom also kind of put the lights out on the loose scrum, the rolling maul as well, with a cynical collapse. Him joining Kobus Wiese then after that with a 10-minute yellow card in the sin bin as well, which also obviously didn't do the Bulls a lot of favors, because there was another, I think, 2 tries that were scored during that time when the Bulls was now 2 men down. So yeah, the discipline definitely one of those instances where the Bulls kind of shot themselves in the foot. And then of course the Stormers' ball discipline could still use a bit more of attention. Constantly, going for fantastic attack movements, and then unfortunately still losing the ball a bit in contact, knocking the ball on with the high balls especially, and also retrieving the ball from a clearance kick that also kind of could use some attention. It's still not absolutely perfect where it should be, not where the set plays were. I mean, within the second half, as I said, their scrummaging really picked up speed, and from the beginning their lineouts were absolutely perfectly executed, so no problem there whatsoever. And also, of course, the turnover balls, the rucks, a lot quicker at the rucks, at the breakdowns here, and of course they executed rolling mauls quite perfectly done. So definitely could just use a bit of more ball handling skills there again. But I would like to also say that I'm extremely glad to see once again back on the pitch Roan Nel, Achieva Diamani. Roan Nel obviously coming back off a knee injury, I think it was, for quite a while that he was out of action, and I'm really glad to see him back on the pitch again, playing absolutely a brilliant game. Achieva Diamani left us for quite a bit of a stint there, dressing number 2. Glad to see him absolutely back and scoring a fantastic try for himself. Really unexpected on the Bulls side. Fantastic sort of grubber right from the Stormers side, or half of the field. Quite deep. Achieva Diamani giving chase, being able to ground the ball right just in front of the deadline. Fantastic play by him, honestly, and I think really we missed him. We absolutely missed him. Moni Lebok and Angela Davids was absolutely the pair to behold in the Stormers. Unfortunately, Angela Davids now playing for the Lions, and then Moni Lebok now currently in Japan, I believe it was. He's also sort of been included with I think it was the 12 virtual realignment camp that Russia has been holding, with all the new, I think two new previously uncapped players that's now made the initial 27, I think it is, realignment camp that they've now recently held. And then there was the 12 players that basically was within the virtual realignment camp, so they could still fulfill their duties and responsibilities towards the clubs where they are under contract with. And then, of course, Paul de Villiers still playing absolutely brilliantly. Fantastic driving maul, getting his try down there. Fantastic one. Damon Willems is scoring a really, really brilliant, unexpected try also. Coming off a very quick pass, very close to the Bulls try line, from behind at speed, grabs the ball, sort of in an unexpected pass, going through and then grounding the ball right behind the poles there. Totally unexpected from the Bulls side. Bulls not playing too badly, also scoring their fair share of tries. I think it was only 2 tries though, 2 or 3 tries. 2 tries in the second half, 1 try in the first half. But unfortunately not the kind of performance that they needed to still score a losing bonus point within this. Stormers, for the first time in quite a while, being able to secure a winning bonus point at a final score of 31-19. Yeah, still brilliant performance. And hopefully Stormers is right back after now a 4-game disappointing performance. Not what they was used to within the first sort of 8 games of the season. Doing very well, like I've already said so many times in my previous videos, that they really have been doing well. And I think they might be making a comeback here, really realizing that this is now the final stretch. The playoffs is starting this kind of the coming weekends for this, for all the URC teams, and they really going to have to pull up their socks and start performing like they did at the beginning. Not too sure if they're going to make it back into the top spot for the URC before the semis and finals. But if I had to make a prediction, probably within the top 3. Hopefully top 3, definitely top 5. They will have their position secured there. And hoping all the best for them to see them in the finals. Definitely they are going to need it. Sasha Feinberg KwaZulu not really doing too well at the beginning of the missing one conversion and I think 1 penalty goal, but still 80% success rate in this game. Definitely is testament of his skill and the way he can actually pull himself towards himself and start performing as he should within the games as well. So yeah, that's it from me, guys. Only 1 game basically being reviewed. I do want to give an honorable mention to France. Really well done. Congratulations on winning the Six Nations. Guys deserved it. I think only one loss really to Scotland within the Six Nations, and then really well done to Italy. I mean, you guys have done almost the impossible now, scoring 1 victory over Scotland and then 1 victory over England as well. It was just brilliant, and I would just kind of pause to say that I think England really need to review not just their strategy but their entire attitude within the game. I think they've really become a bit too arrogant and full of themselves here. You saw on multiple occasions, especially Henry Pollock, taunting the crowds within France on their home field, taunting them as soon as they scored a point, whatever, they would go and taunt the crowd and everything. And then to just make such an asinine move right at the end. It's like literally about 90 to 30 seconds left on the clock. Really should have retained the ball. Just take the ball to contact, go to ground, recycle the ball back into the team, just keep driving, pick and drive movements, keep pushing towards the France's try line, because at the end of the day, you that little bit of time left, and you are, I think, about 2 points ahead. All you do is just delay. Go for pick and drives, take the ball into contact, recycle the ball back into the team, keep rinsing and repeating the movements. At that point, you just basically wait for the clock to run out, recycle the ball back, kick it out, and you claim victory, even though it is, very small. Henry Pollock takes the ball into contact, try to offload, really half-hearted one, lose possession of the ball back to France, and France managed to actually score a penalty goal or a penalty right within striking distance of their poles. And again, now it's Ramos's turn. What does Ramos do? Is he going to miss? Hell no. Of course not. The man is a genius on the field, and of course, kicking, slotting almost every single penalty goal and conversion you throw his way. So really, England throwing this game in the worst possible way. From what I've seen online as well, a lot of really disappointed rugby influences, especially from England's side, on their performance. But to the rest of them, Wales, you guys didn't do too badly. Unfortunately, there is some internal struggles that you guys are dealing with, and I'm hopeful, within the near future, because there's quite a few internationals starting in June again this year. You would have a lot of those kind of things sorted out. Holding thumbs for you guys, because there is some real and fantastic talent there. Scotland, rotten luck. Didn't quite make your victory this weekend, I think, but against Ireland. Ireland, well done in that performance. Really played really well. It was a thoroughly entertaining game. I've enjoyed it from the first kickoff till the last 80th minute. So well done. Thank you very much for a fantastic sort of Six Nations from all the teams there that gave us some fantastic rugby entertainment there. And that's it from me, guys. Thank you very much for watching. I hope to see you guys all gearing up within the in the next video. And give me your likes and subscribe if you haven't done so, and all your thoughts within the comments field below, please. I do love reading from all the thoughts and comments from everybody, even if you disagree with me. Honestly, please feel free. Take care of yourselves and your loved ones. I'll see you guys all in the next video. Peace out.
Looking for support. Ruhan Mel, cool and calm, knew that pass was coming. He's taken a big hit on his way to the turn. Played cleverly off the ground by Hartenberg. Willemse sends it through. Hachima Daiwai is on his own. The diamond! He's back!